Hello, my peepers. Welcome to Shalene's Creativity Room. This is the end of the WIP year parade. This is part 1. There will either be 3 or 4 parts. Just bear with me. Today is all of my HAIDs, other full coverages, and my BAPs. These are in no particular order of date or anything like that of when they were started. I'm just going to pull and show you what I have. Some of them will not see the light of day. Well, no, that's not true. Most of them will see a little bit of the light of day next year. Some of them are focus pieces for next year. So the first thing I am going to show you, and it's not started because it is a stitch along that is starting. Hold on. It is starting January 1st. Yes. I know. I said I was not going to start anything next year unless I had some finishes. But it is a stitch along that I could not pass up. I am going to include it in this WIP parade. It is not started yet. We don't get the charts till January 1st. I am, though, going to put one stitch in it before January 1st just to say it's a start for this year. Technically, it's not, but we're going to say it is. So that piece is Astrology Cat. It's a stitch along for HAID. So right now I'm showing you all my HAIDs that will be, this is a focus piece to be finished by the end of next year. Astrology Cat. And then just leaving that there because I'm waiting for the fabric to come in. Okay. Let's get started. This is Chessie by Ash Evans. I started this not this year but the year before. I believe, did I start it this year or last year? I don't remember, doesn't matter, but this is Chessie, and I'm doing it on a piece of 25 count Lugana gridded fabric. I have that much done. So I'm loving all the different purples, and now I'm into some of Chessie with the blue. So I'm thinking it's like part of his ear and his cheek. But I seen Stitchman Darcy a couple years ago stitching on this, and as soon as I saw the chart, I hurried up and purchased it because it's Chessie. I love Alice in Wonderland and the Tea Party and Alice and the Cheshire Cat and everybody in that. So yes, had to do that. And like I said, I'm showing you all of these. No start date. It's just what so this is, I'm going to be stitching on this every single Friday, the whole day during my cross stitch weekends. So that's my focus point on the Friday every month. The other thing I started was the Queen of Hearts, and that's a Hannah Lynn. I started here in the corner with the hair. I'm doing this on 28 count Monaco 1/1. So yeah, got some done. No, you can't there, you can see the colors. So yeah, started on the hair, and I just started this one. Okay. This I started years ago. It will be for Justin when it's done. Justin is my oldest son. It will be made into a stocking. So it's called Stocking the Treasure Dragon. The artwork's by Miles Pinkney. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So my friend Giselle in Canada, in Nova Scotia, she's done all of my cross-stitch stockings and put them together for me. With the way that the postal service is now, I don't really trust it to send this. I may have my sister-in-law do this. My sister-in-law quilts. So I may have her make me the stocking, and I'll show her how the other stockings were made so she can kind of figure out how I want them. But I have this much done. So this is a focal point, a focus piece for next year, 2024. And I want to stitch, if I stitch 50 stitches a day, it'll be done the end of 2025. Otherwise, if I stitch 100 a day on this, it'll be done the end of December. And I think I can do that. Because I have two pieces I have to stitch on every day. This is one, and this one. So those two I have to stitch on every day. And then the rest of the day I can work on a WIP, and I'll use my wheel app. Okay, this is another focus piece for the year. It is Rosie. And I have to put in 330 stitches a week on Rosie. That's Rosie. If I want it done by the end of next year, 2024, then I have to stitch on this every week, 330 stitches, which is pretty easy. I could do that on a weekend. But we stitch on this every other Saturday night. That would mean I'd have to put in 660 stitches on a Saturday night. I'm not sure if I want to do that or just do 330 a week. You know, maybe a Saturday or a Sunday, a day that's storming out and I'm not doing anything important, I'll stitch on this. And I'll show you how much is done. So that's how much I have done. Look at her, she's so cute. Yeah. That's one of my focus pieces for the year as well. So that's a few Hades that are my focus pieces for the year. As far as big focus pieces. So that would be cool if I could finish at least 3 Hades this year, or 2024. Yeah, I'd be happy with that. And then maybe when Heaven and Earth Designs, if they do another stitch-along in 2025, I can start, because I've already finished 3. Okay, another one that I'm doing that was part of a stitch-along. When Rosie is done, I'll be focusing on, and this is Snowy, and that's by Annie Rodrigue, who is the same one as Rosie. I forgot to tell you that. This is Annie Rodrigue, and we say that this is Rosie's boyfriend. There's a bunch of us stitching them. Some people are diamond painting these, but yeah, Snowy. Love it. And I don't have a lot done, but I do have a good chunk of it done, and so that's how much is done. Lots of blues. So yeah, I know I'm stitching on him in January because the theme is winter, and it is for a couple of things that challenges for next year. For January is snow, winter, so yeah, he will be coming out in January for a little bit, even if it's only for like 200 stitches. He will get stitched on a little bit. This one, a few of us started together. It is Quick Stitch Lavender Roses. And the artwork is by Carrie Hawks. Look at her. Isn't she cute? I say it's a her. Love this. I am doing this on a piece of 28 count Monaco 1/1. That's all that's started so far. Just a little bit. And I grid this as I go along. Yeah, I don't know when she'll get stitched on again. I have Snowflake Fairy Tale. And this is artwork by Melissa Dawn. I am doing this on a piece of, what is this? Linen. 28 count linen. And I'm doing it 1/1. There is a bunch of different blues in here, but you can't really see them on camera. I think that it is. I don't think, maybe it is all black. I don't remember. But that's what I have done for a start. And I don't know when she'll get stitched on again. But yeah, it's a piece of linen. So cute. So cute. I have like 30 Hades. This is a Mini Midnight Moon Celtic Black Cat. Celtic Black Cat. 28 count Monaco 1/1. I grid it as I go along. There's lots of blues in there. Because if you remember, since the summer of 2022, we were talking about how this year of 2023 was going to be start all the things. And that's what I've been doing, is just starting them all. I have another one. This is Quick Stitch Red Maple Fairy. The artwork is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Ain't she cute? To me, this says autumn. So I could use it as an autumn piece sometime. And I'm doing this on 28 count Monaco 1/1 grid as I go. So I only got a little bit done on it. What is it, like 300 stitches? So it's a start. We just had to start it all. This was a freebie from Heaven and Earth Designs. It is Halloween pumpkins with the haunted house in the background. And I'm doing this on a piece of 28 count Monaco. One over one, and I grid as I go along. So that's what I have so far. Just, I think it's all black or navy blue. Just what, 300 stitches? Not even that much. 200 and some stitches on that. So that's it, but it's a start. Yep. The freebie might still be up. I am not sure. I need to fold this better. Yeah, I'm not sure if that freebie is still available. Also, next year, my floss tube videos will only be once a month. the last day of the month, and then I will talk about what I'm doing at, maybe it'll be like the first of every month. So yeah, I'll probably do another floss tube on the 1st of January, because I'm going to tell you my stitching plans for January. So I think that's how I'm going to do it, because I do a lot of acrostics and categories. So once I have all that information, then I can tell you guys. Because I found out I have quite a few of you that are not on social media at all, but you want to be included on doing some of the acrostics and the categories on your own. So yeah, I'll just tell you. This one is Mini Haunted House by Donna Gelsinger. That's what it looks like. You got a ghost. Isn't that cute? So, yeah. This is being done on 28 count white Monaco, 1/1, and I am gridding it myself as I go along. So I don't have a lot done on it, but there's some orange and blues and grays. But that's what I have done so far. So when my wheel on my app lands on Haid Big, I will rotate. So like say I worked on this the one time, I go in order of when I started. So this will be down at the bottom of the list. So I don't know when I'll get to this, if at all next year. But that's how I'm going to work on my big Haids, my BAPs, and my other full coverages. They go in rotation. And that might be, I might be showing how I use my app. Okay. I have Key of Stars by Melissa Dawn. I love Melissa Dawn. Her cats are just freaking adorable. So there's that. All the purples, yes. I couldn't pass this one up. This is 28 count Monaco. And it's a start. 1/1. Actually, it seemed like it was a... It didn't seem like it was 28. So there is that. So I did get in what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, a little over 500 stitches. Yeah. Peanut wants in here, but she gets into stuff. She's out there meowing at me. So yeah, Key of Stars by Melissa Dawn. I got fuzzies. This one is called Mini Christine. The artwork is by Amy Stewart. It's got like burgundies. Yeah, it's a lot of like burgundies, cranberry color in the background. I'm doing this on a piece of 28 count Monaco. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 stitches on this. And I believe it was all blacks for $9.39. So, yeah, Mini Christine. And I believe this is in the full size. I have my Rapunzel. This was a stitch-along back, I don't remember. But it was the same way. It was from the bulletin board. And you got 4 chart pages. So you got one, I think, every few months. So that's Rapunzel. It's a story keep. Was a stitch-along. And like I said, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And I'm on page 2. Page 1 is done. I don't know where page 1, page 3 and 4. Oh, I know. I have, because I didn't get it put back. Here it is. I am on page 2. On page 2. This is Confetti Heaven. All in through here and down here. The rest of this isn't. There's a lot of color blocking, but this, all that fine detail, yeah. So, like I said, page 1 is done. Page 2 is almost done. Page 2 is almost done, I believe. Trying to remember. But yeah, that's how much of that is done. But yeah, you can see it's confetti heavy. But all of this, there's only like 3 colors all through her skin and in her hair. That wasn't too bad. That was started years ago. I have Kitty Heaven by Amy Stewart. This is a stitch-along on Jen's World of Stitches channel. There's cats all over in the wool and the fabric and everywhere's in this chart. And I'm doing this on a piece of 25 count gridded 1/1. I do have that much done, which is this way. That much of it is done. So I haven't seen a cat yet in this. But yeah, Kitty Heaven by Amy Stewart. Another one I started this year is Autumn Cat Magic by Melissa Dawn. See, another Melissa Dawn with a cat. I have owned this for many years. I was so excited to start it this year. And I'm doing this on a piece of 25 count Lugana gridded fabric 1/1. Yes. Just some of these, you know, they screamed my name. You have to start it this year. So, I don't have a lot done. Lots of different colors in it. But yeah. That's what I have done on it. And again, that's Autumn Cat Magic. I do believe they also have this in a mini, but I'm doing the regular size. Okay. Simply Meant to Be. The artwork is by Sherry Gerhardt. Yes. So we have Sally, Jack, and Zero. Yay! And I started again up in the upper left with all the like blues or blacks, whatever. 25 count Lugana gridded fabric, 1/1. And that's what I have done. So I must have like stitched like 2 or 3 of the colors and just took them all the way down. So that's my start. Yep. It's called Simply Meant to Be. Because I love Jack and Sally. I do. I know, I have a lot of Hades. I have a lot of big ones. Am I ever going to finish them all? Probably not. But the fun is in the journey. The fun is in the journey. Okay. This one is called Boo by Randall Spangler. There it is. Randall Spangler. I love his dragons. Oh my gosh. This is on a piece of 28 count or 25. I don't know because I started it years ago and I gridded it. I started gridding it with the gridded guide. It's like a plastic thread that you grid it. But once I get going on this and I get past all of this, I'll start using my Friction pen. But that's all that started. I didn't even work on it this year. This is all, I don't think I worked on it this year. I believe this is all when I started it years ago. So yeah, that's Boo. Okay, this was a stitch along in 2013 by Randall Spangler. It was on the bulletin board. So every half a page you do, then you choose one of the other stitch alongs. You complete one page, you choose 2, you completed 2.5, and you receive all the charts. I did not make that. And so this was in 2013, and this is Literate Dragon by Randall Spangler. What was this for? So that's Literate Dragon, Randall Spangler. And like I said, I did not make this, I didn't get the other charts. I stitched, I might have gotten one, but I don't even think I finished one page. So that's how much is done. Isn't that cute? I love his dragons. I love his dragons. I do. I started a Wine Shelf by Amy Stewart. Yes, I know, I'm crazy. Amy Stewart. Look at all that. I love it. I'm doing this on a piece of 25 count Lugana that's gridded. Brian gave me this fabric. It did get wet. It's missing some of the lines, but I'll be able to, they're faint, so I can reline it with a pen. But I did start this. Lots of greens and browns. So I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost 800 stitches in on it already. Yep. That's Wine Shelf. Amy Stewart. Amy Stewart. But yeah, Brian, I guess he didn't like the fabric, so he gave it to me. And I'm like, that's not a big deal. I can go over they're real faint. And I can see them. So even if I don't go over the lines, it's fine. This one is Mini Ariadne by Rachel Anderson. Isn't that pretty? And she's cross-stitching, and she's got her cat with her. Because how many of us have our cats with us? You know I do. And I'm doing this on a piece of 25 count Lugana gridded fabric. So I have that much started. So I started on the curtain. See, there's the curtain. So I started on the curtain. Then I have Snowman Ornament. It is called Ornament the Enchanted Christmas Snowman by Donna Gelsinger. So it looks like that. .25 count gridded Lugana. And that's all I have started on it. Because you don't start that up in the corner because it's round. So I went over to the very edge of where it started. So that's all that's done on that. Story Keep, Butterflies Galore, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. There are 3 pages to this. And the 3rd page, there's not a lot. See, it's just that much. That much, that's it. And even the other 3, they're not full pages. Just, yeah, that's it. It's like that. Then that's the 2nd page, it's like that. So they're not even full pages. I can't show you the pattern, but, yep, that's it. Butterflies Galore. And that's what I have done. I believe I'm on page 3. believe I'm on page 3. And I started this years ago. This one was a gift to me. It's called Faces of Fairy 66 by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. There are 6 pages to this one. She looks like that. She's got her cat. There's some feathers up here, which is probably part of, I don't know if that's part of her wings or what, but yep. I did this on a piece of 25 count Lugana 1/1, and I grid it as I go along. I believe that's the first page. So it says there's what, 6 pages, so I don't know how many pages I'm on. But I probably marked on them. It's page 2. I must still be on page 1. No. Must 2. I don't know. Well, page 6 is just a little bit. So, I don't know what page I'm on. I'll figure it out when I get back to it. But yeah, so got quite a bit done on that. This is Quick Stitch Brown Tailed Sunshine. It's like a distant cousin of Snowy. The artwork is by Annie Rodrigue. And 25 count Lugana 1/1. It's gridded fabric. I got that much done on it. It's pretty much color blocking, so it moved along pretty good. But yeah, Quick Stitch Brown Tailed Sunshine. This one was a stitch-along last year or the year before on Pop Culture Stitching Challenge group. It is Magic Study by Rose Kahn. So it looks like that. I started up in here. This is the one I'm doing tent stitch, right? Is this the one I'm doing in tent stitch? Yes. So it's half a stitch. And you really can't tell unless you're up close. But that's the tent stitch. So I got a lot done on it. But yeah, there's little dragons, and she's reading books. So there's piles of books all over, flying dragons, all kinds of funky things going on in there. This is the rainbow version. This is big. This is 775 by 574. But yeah, that's the only one I'm doing in tent stitch. This one is called Spider Queen. This is Spider Queen. I saw Hannah Dowling on YouTube stitching this, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to do this. I love masks. It reminds me of Halloween, masquerades. Her hair is gorgeous. Her eyes, oh my gosh. So I had to get her. I had to. Yep. Had to get her. These bags are by Needle and Bone. I think that's her. It's Tanya. I love her bags because they got the vinyl. It's a zippered pocket in the front, so you can put your picture in the front so you know what's in here. She has a little loop, and she adds a little bling on the zipper pull. And I am doing this on a piece of 25 count Lugana. It's gridded, and that's what I have done so far. So I fell in love with this chart, the image. Let's see my bag. Nightmare yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes. This one here. This project bag. I have a few project bags. My Snowy and my Rosie in this one. The bags were made by my friend Deanne, for those of us that were doing the start-along. And the matching grind guards were made by Danielle. So we have matching grind guards. This is Quick Stitch Fred and Albert by Annie Rodrigue. We say that this is Snowy's creepy cousin. So, Snowy's creepy cousin. Yes, we have stories. Sarah's the only one that's gotten really far on this one. So I am doing it on this 25 count. Oh, actually, I got more than I thought. 25 count Lugana. It is gridded fabric. And I got that much done. I did not realize I had that much done on it. Surprise, surprise. See what happens when you pull things out you haven't touched in a while? Okay. This one is Halloween Hannah. This bag is by So Much to Love. Tinkerbell. I've had this for many years. And on zipper pulls, if I can't see what's inside, I buy luggage tags and it tells me what's in the bag. So this says Halloween Hannah. Halloween Hannah does not have a background. So it's just her, and the artwork is by Sheena Pike. Isn't she adorable? Oh my gosh. She's so freaking cute. So I have, where is the, yeah. I think that's the top. That's all it's done on it. It was a start. So, yeah, I started this here. So, it's a start. Because that's all this year was. Just start them all. Didn't matter how many stitches you got in, just start them. But some days I could stitch more than others, depending on what was going on that day. And if I'm not feeling good, I'm not going to sit there and stitch all day. So I would just go and stitch enough to have a start. The last HAID is a magic book. This I'm doing with Kaya. You need almost a whole cone. I think you do need a whole cone of doom. And the artwork is by Michelle Sayeda, who owns HAID. So that's magic book. So I can't even tell you how many pages are done in black. Yeah. This is another page by Needle and Bone, which is Tanya. So it is another Nightmare Before Christmas. This one has a little skeleton key for the zipper pull. And this doesn't have anything on this one, and that's fine. So I'm doing this on 25 count gridded fabric, Lugana. So I started doing it in columns, and then I decided, let's see how far across it goes. Yeah, that's how wide it's going to be. So now I'm going to go back in, and I'm just going to do the diagonal like I have in my other ones. But yeah, that's a big one too. So that is all my HAIDs. Now I'm going to pause this, put these all back in the bin, and I will pull out my other full coverage companies that I stitch. So hold on, I'll be right back. I'm back. Did you miss me? These are the other full coverage companies that I'm stitching up. I don't have a lot of them. I'm fine with that. But I do have some. So this is called the Winter Harvest. And it is by the Cross Stitch Studio. The Cross Stitch Studio. And I believe this was a freebie on in their Facebook group. There's a Facebook group called For Charting Designs, I don't know, but there's 4 cross stitch designers all on this one Facebook group. This was a freebie. Isn't that pretty? Winter Harvest. And I am doing this on a piece of 25 count fabric. Let's get this up here a little bit. It's gridded. I do 3-inch border. I didn't have this cut exactly to the size I needed. So there is a lot of excess fabric, excessive. So that's all I have done on it, just a little bit. Just some of the light blues. Yep. And I dropped the bag. So I wanted to try other full coverage companies besides just HAID. I still prefer HAID. I think my other favorite company is Pain Free though. Okay, so put that there. Tilton Crafts is another one that's full coverage. They are not a part of that Facebook group, but they do have their own Facebook group. And she does put sales. She does post sales. So you can get discounts once in a while. This is Dark Gothic Manor 1. I am not doing this background. It's all white or beige or whatever. I'm not going to do the background. I don't think it needs it. So I did start it though. Yep. So because I'm not doing all that background, I started down here, which would be like over here, this color here. So that's what I started. Yep. And these are Pattern Keeper compatible, just like Heaven and Earth Designs. This one is Christmas Cutie Giraffe, the BDL XXX Stitch Emporium. That's the company. They also have a Facebook group. Isn't he freaking cute? Oh my gosh. He's like, hi, what you doing? What you doing? So doing this on 28 count Monaco, 1/1, and I'm gridding it myself as I go along. So this had a couple different colors in it already. So that's all I've gotten started on that. But he is so freaking cute. This is Artisy. They also I believe they have a Facebook group. And this is Mushroom Home. I love mushrooms. This one was cute. So I'm doing this on 28 count Monaco, 1/1. I'm gridding it myself. And from now on, I'm not going to have as many threads part, but that's what I have started so far. So you can see like the trees. Yeah. So that'll be pretty. The Mushroom Home, Artisy. So, artisy.com, artisyshop.com. Yeah. This is another one of my new favorite full coverage companies. It's Stitches So Beautiful, SEW, and they are on Etsy. This is called Red Fox. The designer is Dutch Lady Mystic Art. So she will go in and she will purchase the artwork, ask them if she can use it as a cross stitch pattern. Sometimes she just pays a one-time fee. Sometimes you have to pay a fee every time someone purchases a chart. But this is Red Fox. I started this with Crafts and Books Zoom. I absolutely love this. Oh my gosh. I am so in love with foxes right now, and I don't know why, but the patterns that are out there are just gorgeous. And there is a fox in that Heaven and Earth Designs stitch along next year, and that was my second favorite, but I'm going with the cat, but I do want to do that fox. So this is what I have started so far. So I started in this corner, and in person you can see the different greens, and you can see the green leaves and some of the gold that's starting to come through. So in person you can really see these colors. But she has more designs I want. I really do. I really love her patterns. I really love her patterns. Okay. This one, that's not supposed to be in here, right? Don't I have them somewhere else? Yeah, in here. Okay, here's a Pain-Free Crafts. This is the artworks by Rodney Matthews. It's called I'm Late, and again, Alice in Wonderland. The rabbit. He says, I'm late. He's got his pocket watch. And it's heart-shaped. Absolutely love it. Pain-Free Crafts. They have a website. Go check them out. So, because it's round, I started doing the round. And yeah, again, not going to do as much parking as I did. But 25 or 28 count Monaco, I'm gridding it myself as I go along. Love it. Love it. It's all the greens in the tree. So yeah, I'm over here. He is so cute. I had to get that. I do like Pain-Free Crafts. They're another company I want more of. The Tilton Crafts has more I like, but I think I'm pretty much going to stick with Pain-Free Stitches So Beautiful and Haid. And I'm sure there's other companies I'll keep trying that I really like. This is by Creatively Crafting. They sent these out, I think every month as part of a Stitch-A-Lon series or some kind of series. This is the Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride. I'm doing this on a piece of 28 count antique white Monaco, 1/1. And I'm gridding it as I go along. So yeah, it'll be long. But that's what I have. Creatively Crafting. Okay, this is a artist that I want almost all his dragons. It's on Pain-Free Crafts website. The artist is Stanley Morrison. Stanley Morrison. I want like all of his dragons. I absolutely love them. This one's called the Blackberry Dragon, and you will see why. Look at his wings and his body looks like a blackberry. Isn't that adorable? Oh my god, and the colors. So yeah, like I said, Pain-Free Crafts is another company I really like their patterns. And Stanley Morrison, he's like my favorite on there. Absolutely love his dragons. I want them all. Well, probably not all, but most of them. So I started this. This looks like linen. So I don't have my paper in front of me. They're all separate. But yeah, I'm doing this 1/1 linen, and I'm gridding it as I go along. So I have that much of it done. I love his dragons, and it's like I want more of them. Do I need them? No, I don't. I mean, I don't know when I will get this finished, but I have learned collecting patterns is a whole separate hobby from stitching them, because I have a couple hundred Haids that I haven't even started yet. Yeah, yet. Did you hear the word yet? Okay, this is another pattern by Stitches So Beautiful on Etsy. This one is called Christmas Coffee by Sakayor. And it is the Santa Claus in a cup of hot chocolate. Well, it says coffee, so it must be coffee. Like a cappuccino, I don't know. Whatever, but there's there's Cool Whip and chocolate, so, but yeah, isn't that cute? I love it. And I'm stitching this on 28 count Monaco, and yeah, so I went all the way across because it was all the same color. Yeah, that's what I did. So got a lot done of that. Yep. I keep checking the weather. They're calling for snow tonight. Okay, this is another Pain-Free Crafts. This Pain-Free Crafts is in on that Facebook group with all the 4 designers. Was this a freebie? I think this was a freebie on their site. Yeah. It's called 4 Fabulous Full Coverage Designer Group on Facebook. 4 Fabulous Full Coverage. This was a freebie in the Facebook group, and it's called Finishing Touch. Finishing Touch. Isn't that cute? And so this, it is kind of Christmassy, but it's also wintry. And I'm doing mine on a piece of 25 count Lugana. It is gridded. And so that's how much I just have done. I don't have a lot done on it. But you can't pass up the freebie patterns, especially when they're cute. So yeah, join their Facebook group, 4 Fabulous Full Coverage Designers Facebook group. They have several freebies on there. So that's what I'm saying. If you don't have a lot of money, you can't afford charts, join some of these groups. They give you freebies. Even you do have to pay for your fabric, but if you're an Ada person and you can get them in big pieces, or like the 28 count Monaco, I get a piece of 28 count Monaco. It's 20 by 24 for less than $7 on 1, 2, 3 stitch. Okay, this is Charting Creations, and I think they're in that Facebook group also, Charting Creations. And this was a freebie. I believe this was a freebie. It is called Halloween Forest. Look at that. You do have a pumpkin. Halloween Forest. And I am doing this on 25 count gridded fabric. And I have that much done. It's a start. Okay. And the last one in here is a Pain-Free. This is a dragon, but it's not by Stanley Morrison. This is by Gudrun Hall. Gudrun, Gudrun Hall. This is Chromatic Dragon. The colors on this are gorgeous. Look at that. Chromatic dragon, because you know I love my dragons. And 25 count Lugana 1/1, and that's what I have done on it so far. So I started right in here, so I'll probably go down and then fill in. I'll probably go down and then start filling in. So that's what I've done. Gorgeous. Telling you, pain-free crafts, and their prices aren't bad. So that's it as far as all my other full coverages. Now let me go pull out my BAPs. I will be right back. I am back. I have my BAPs, which means big ass project for any of you that do not know what a BAP is. The first one I'm going to show you, I work on Wednesdays. I will be back to working on this at the beginning of the year. Every Wednesday I make 2 videos stitching on this. One is no talking and the other one is me reading a chapter or 2 in a book. This is an owl beaded kit. It is full coverage beads. It is by a company, I forget what country they are from. It's very expensive for shipping. This is also an expensive kit. So it cost me around $200. That's including the shipping. But it's well worth it. So in the kit, you get the Ada. It's 14 count. You get all the beads. You get the beading thread. You get these containers. They already have the labels on them. It has the symbol and the color of the beads. And then you get all the beads in little plastic bags. And then you pour them in as you need them. And there's 4 of these in here. So you get all of this. But that's how much I have done so far. I think I'm on page 2. Yeah, I'm almost done with page 2. All beads, no cross stitching. And you only do half an X. You don't do a full X with this. And I do the sewing method. And yes, I do knot the beginning of the thread and the end of the thread. I knot it really good so the beads don't come undone. But yeah, isn't that gorgeous? So, I know you're asking me, what does it look like when it's done? That's what I'm looking for. What'd I do with that? Oh my gosh, I'm showing you guys this and I don't even have... There it is. I knew it was up here. This is what it will look like when it's done. It's a beaded owl kit. The website is Cross Stitch Corner. They do not have this owl available anymore. Yeah, this says page 1 is done. So I'm on page 2 and I'm almost done with page 2. And I forget how many pages there are. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I cannot wait. I like working on this. It moves along pretty quick. I make sure I have a tacky bob. I don't know what they're called now. They were called tacky bobs. I have one of those. I make sure I use it so you don't stitch like one color of the same color. You just go in a row. So I take 10 beads. I line them up in the order that they're on the chart. You put them on, you pull 10 more beads. Lay them in a row and the tacky bob. I think now it's called a tacky bill. I don't know. But yeah, that's my BAP for that. I would like more of these, but they're expensive and they take a while to do. They're like a Habe. keep this out because I do stitch on it on Wednesdays, but I think I took last week off. I'm taking this week off and next week. And then I'll be back in January doing that. Another one is my Lawn Dog Quinto Acuto, the pointed fifth. There are 20 pages. I just finished page 8. So I am like, I don't know. I'm over here, somewheres, over here. So I'll be starting page 9. I am doing this on a piece of 28 count Lugana. The color is gingerbread, and the fabric is Picture This Plus. So yeah, that's as wide as it is also. And I'll probably cut the fabric because I still have half of that I won't be using. I just didn't cut it because it'll unravel, but next year I'm just going to pull out my sewing machine and do zigzags edges on all my fabric. I do it fray check, but I wanted zigzag, so that's what I have done on it so far. But that's my Lawn Dog. Love it. I love stitching on this. I can get a lot done in one day. And this will be stitched on every Sunday during my cross stitch weekends. And it is the only Lawn Dog I have going. When this one's finished, I want to start Death by Cross Stitch because that's my other favorite. So yeah, Death by Cross Stitch will be my next new start for Lawn Dogs when I finish this one. This is Celestial Dragon by Teresa Wensler. I started in the corner. This will go to my oldest son. My oldest son gets a lot of my finishes. And I'm doing this on a piece of, what is this? 28 count linen by DMC. So it was just a start for this year, so I got to start on it. The thing with Teresa Wensler, she does a ton of blended threads. So I will be purchasing a whole bunch of those cardboard bobbins so I can write on them. And then when I'm done with the project, I can just throw the bobbin away. But I can write the symbol and the colors of the floss. So if I do a couple stitches, I still have the 2 threads left. I can just wrap it around the bobbin. And I'll probably keep the bobbins in this bag. Although there is a lot. Looks like just about every stitch is a blended thread. There's that one. The other one is one I started many years ago. It is I Shall Wear Purple by Sue Hillis Designs. When I get stitching on this, it stitches up pretty quick because the letters, it's just back stitching. But the thing with the letters is some part of the letter has 2 strands, some has 1 strand. So what I do is I use 1 strand, and if it wants you to use 2 strands, I just go over that line twice. Because it's so much easier than stitching everything with 1 strand, going back in with 2 strands to finish the letter. So that's how I do the letters. I use 1 strand. This does use Classic Color Works? Crescent Colors. crescent colors. They're in here. There is 9 pages. I am on page 5, I guess. That's what it says. And like I said, I started this a long time ago. This looks like a piece of 28 count Monaco. And I'm doing it 2 over 2. Unless it calls for over 1. But that's all I have left. I mean, I can sit down and probably stitch this up in a couple weeks. Yes. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to finishing that. When I am an old woman. But yeah, I already have the crescent colors that are needed, and some of it you're using the DMC Pearl Cotton 10. 12. So yeah, started that a long time ago. This one is another Teresa Wensler that will go to my son when it's done. I really like it, but the blended threads and the back stitching, that's another thing. Besides the blended threads, she is back stitching up the ass. So that's the storyteller. So I started up in here and I've done some. But I do small areas at a time, and I do the back stitching when I finish an area because there's so much of it. And I do have it in its own because of the blended threads. And so, see, I have the cardboard bobbins. They have the symbol and then what colors. I do have other DMC in here than just the regular, and I could put them in my other bins, but I keep it this way because of the blended threads. And this is on a 28 count Monaco. It looks like mushroom. Yeah, that's what I have done so far. But like this side here, the back stitching's already done. The back stitching's done there and here. So, once I get more of him done, then I will go in and do the back stitching. But yeah, the back stitching's already done on this quarter. And you can see the difference. Because the cross stitching's already done with this, on this. And you can't tell that that looks like that because of the back stitching. Same up here. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, that'll go to Justin. Because I did the castle. Teresa Wensler has one called the Castle. It's a big castle with a dragon wrapped around it. And I had that framed at Michael's many years ago. And that's hanging up in Justin's apartment. So this is going to him. That Celtic dragon's going to him. And when I finish that stocking, that's going to him. And my last BAP is my oldest WIP. This was started in 2001. My oldest. Now I'm stitching it like a HAID or a full coverage because this is why I put it off. Because I didn't do full coverages then. I didn't start full coverages till a couple years later. But the thing with HAIDs is they don't have any back stitching. This is full of back stitching. So this is called Rocky Mountain Christmas by Marty Bell. And she also has a lot of blended threads, I believe. She has a ton of back stitching. Is there blended threads? Maybe not. No. No, it's just back stitching. And there's all kinds of different symbols for the back stitching because there's a ton of it in different colors. But Rocky Mountain Christmas by Marty Bell. This is a real place. It says, yeah, the Colorado Rockies. This was 1994, Marty Bell. Yeah, Rocky Mountain Christmas. And I have most of it done. I have a lot done. 3/4 of it is done. Well, almost 3/4. It's the back stitching. That's what made me stop, was the back stitching. The back stitching's done so far. So every time I did a section, I would go down a column and then I would do the back stitching. Yeah. It's gorgeous. I want it for me. I started it for me. Oh my God, I can't wait till this is done. I really can't. Even though it's beautiful, I don't like stitching it. And I do want to finish it. So, yeah, I've got that much of it done. That is it for today's WIP parade. Like I said, there will be more. The next one will probably be my Mirabilia's Nora Corbett Bella Filipina, Halloween, and my small kits. I think that will be the next one. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I am not posting everything down below because that'll take forever. That's why I showed you the chart. Write it down on paper. Some of them are no longer available. Some are. Like that Marty Bell, I do not know if you can get that anywheres anymore, but once I finish it, it will be available for anybody that wants it. I usually, what I want to do is first, I will see if anybody on a cross stitch weekend will want it, and then probably post it here as maybe a giveaway. I do that with a lot of my charts that are done. So I'm not sure what date you will see this. Today is the 18th. I just want to get these videos up, schedule them, and they will be ready. I better write that down. That I made this video. So we have, do this. Today. Okay, so we did end of year WIP parade number 1, full coverage, and BAPs. I think this is going to go up on the 28th. So schedule December 28th. So that's it for this one. So that's 3 bins. Out of the way, I have 11. I have 11 bins full of cross stitch projects. So the last bin will be my Carolyn Manning, the Le Petites, Owl Forest, Tiny Modernists, and Laser Arts. Those will be the last ones. So yeah, because I'm still got to do Carolyn Manning and Le Petites. Those are being worked on New Year's Eve day. So those will be the last ones being done. So that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for the other ones. See you guys later. Bye.